EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, black, 95, 22 middle.
Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. You talk about this Miami defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
Stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
Love now on second down. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
Blaster, 6.
They just do get the play off. Love going to throw it. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 44. A former Oklahoma State Cowboy, it's Chuba Hubbard. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down. Well, this defense for the Texans very strong in that victory a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
From the 47 now, they work with a 2nd and 7. Now back to throw. That's complete to the rookie from Colorado. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. His first pass attempt of the game, Charles, and the pass rusher's right there to hit him. But no fear, he delivered an accurate ball. Nice catch.
And you never want to see your quarterback getting hit. But it also sends a message to the rest of the team when he's able to take that shot and still deliver downfield. Showing a little toughness, and the team rallies around him. This could really help them on their drive.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
But it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in and went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. Now here's a throw that's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. That's good for a 1st down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
This is an offense that's near the bottom of the league in rushing, so defensively coming in, you've got to know you're going to see the ball in the air a lot. And that time, it's a completion and a 1st down on this opening drive.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So first and goal now from the 7-yard line. They'll run here with Hubbard. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up second and goal.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on first and goal.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Hubbard will take this in for the Dolphin touchdown. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their futures. They look ahead to the offseason. What spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
And knocking that one free on the defensive side, Kaiir Elam. So the incompletion, and now it's second and 10, again from the 25-yard line. You talk about this Miami defense. Right now they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so 4th from the bottom, Charles.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Now a 3rd and 6.
Check smash. Striker, 3-3.
Here's Pacheco once again. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And defensive back Jamal Adams in on the stop. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation.
Ultra. Hey, check mega. Check. Hey, alert 3. Flight 2. Alert 3.
Throwing. Love. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes.
Here we go.
So here's a 3rd and 14. Well, Love wants to shift things around.
Black shot. Ready, go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone. For a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Pacheco is into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out. And this throw will be intercepted. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Red, yellow.
Following the interception, Love. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Love looking to throw it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run here with Pacheco. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Isaiah Pacheco, his 12th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Texans have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 4. And they'll go again here with Hubbard. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. A Miami 1st down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a give. It's Hubbard going left. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now a 2nd and 2. A give running right. It's Hubbard. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2.
Well,
it looks like they'll move things around here. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Continued struggles here in the second quarter, and to me, you can pin a lot of them on an inability to convert third downs. Add that most recent incompletion to the list of examples.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll set up a throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Now a timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal.
They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And it's caught. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
here we go.
Another shot here from the 2 as they come up on 3rd and goal.
Hubbard will score. Touchdown, Miami. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone, and he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here.
Black Ultra. Ready.
First down, going to the air with Love. Going up top for Kupp. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
2nd and 10.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
Drill green.
Mike 48. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Check 48's the mic. Check 48's the mic. I'm trying to come.
Now a second down throw for Love here. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Needle blue.
48 for Mike. Bring it.
Hey, blue.
Mike 48.
Yellow, zoom. Red, cycle.
Mike 48. Hey, let's get off the field, D.
Ready, go.
Here's Love.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Matt Araiza now on to punt this one away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Pulled in at the 24. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards.
And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
They'll throw now on the final play.
He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Second down, another chance for Hubbard.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
63 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it's second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's second down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down.
On second down, here's a run with Hubbard. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
First down, they'll stay on the ground with Hubbard. He'll get this down to the 21, just on the edge of the red zone.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 21, here's second and 6.
Ready.
Looking to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Touchdown! DK Metcalf. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Dolphins have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
Now the point after try for Santos. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Here's 2nd and 10. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line. 3rd and 8.
Play fake. Here's Love. That is caught. And he'll be out right at the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. To pass, here's Jordan Love. And the Dolphins rush gets home, down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. Love now. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
And Johnston sent in motion.
Black shot.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Instead of a 3rd and 4, now they have to manage a 3rd and 9 after the delay of game. Love. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Yellow, 43.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, team.
We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Houston. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter.
Ready?
From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8.
60.
Motion man is Shakir.
Yellow.
Play action this time with Love. There he goes, right side. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco with his 3rd touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Point after try forthcoming. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense. And now off to the races down the right side. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 118 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 38. Right back to Hubbard. Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. That one good for 13 at a Dolphin first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll set up to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Sidney Brown with it. And the Texans are going to have it here at their own 15. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the 4th quarter.
Red, yellow, blue, go. Ready, go.
Jordan Love ready on first down here. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Boy, that completion comes with a high degree of difficulty, especially on the catch. Had to look that one in one-handed, able to do so, and ends up picking up a first down as well.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Fight, 97. Green Jack.
Now Love. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. Tie game in the 4th quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game.
Running left to give to Pacheco. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That good for 22 and a first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Motion man is Shakir.
Claude red.
On 1st and 10, Love. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground, incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Now a 2nd and 10. They run it with Pacheco from the gun. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
They'd love to get a little closer if they need to kick the field goal on 4th down. From this spot, it's 46 yards.
Black Ultra.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Switch.
Yellow, go. Drill green.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
On 3rd down, Love. Pass taken in by his big tight end, and he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now they bring a receiver in motion right.
And he'll get it here on the touch pass.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Cooper Kupp, his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Texans have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here's 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Weaver. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Over the middle, complete. That's Weaver. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Weaver. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Texans scoop it. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on, and that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yep, the opportunity squashed. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13.
Hey, Red.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. That is caught by Shakir. And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That 1st down going to be enough to write a finish to this one.
These guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll.
Ready.
Down to a knee goes Love, and that should be the final act of this football game.
Partner, they took a knee to finish this one off. To me, that's the only thing they